Sinuses are a bit draining. So basically today's just squats. Um, I'm making up the squats. I didn't feel good enough to do them yesterday. Knees were a little bit achy, but I did a lot of push, press, and jerks. So it's not altogether surprising. So we're gonna start warming up the bar, and then basically the same thing that I had to do or tried to do yesterday is what I'm gonna try to do again today. We are gonna do triples, 70, 120, 170, and then um, some part of me wants to go a little bit more than 200 for potentially a triple, but has to feel good, has to not be achy. But regardless, then we'll drop down and do some reps and see how those feel and kind of move forward there. But generally, physically feel pretty good, so nothing really too achy, but we won't really know until I start loading some weight on the bars. So move the bar a little bit, but no music in the jukebox today because I want to listen to copyright music. All right. La Bar. I don't have my shoes on yet, but I did put my sleeves on just because it's easier to put them on so I can keep my sweatpants on. It's not too cold, but more layers the better when you're squatting for sure. All right. Oh yeah, I might do some pressing too. It's basically all I have to normally do today. I did the ab wheel last night, so I don't need to worry about doing that today, but I probably actually won't do too much pressing. I might just stretch a little bit extra. Since tomorrow's gonna be block work, so squat should fatigue me pretty good for those, unfortunately, but nothing really feels bad, which is good. Probably helps just having the sleeves on in general, just to physically warm the knees up. But I think the first part of the training today is going to be keeping my boogers not in my way. But we'll throw the shoes on, do another set like that, some good mornings, and some bouncy squats. I really like sitting in the bottom and bouncing like that, even though, like, obviously I don't double bounce in my squats, but I don't know why, but it just feels good. I took a nap after school, so would have came out a little bit earlier, but I hit a big snoozer. Hello, Jennifer. But the nap was very worth it. So basically, when I have a session where I have time like that, they'll take my pre-workout basically and just kind of nap, and so it's starting to work, and that kind of will just wake me up naturally. And usually we'll just play if I have one like some sort of YouTube video that's like an hour long, and so then I don't fall asleep for too long because you hate to have that. You look at the channel name, it will tell you my name. But we're gonna do the bar again, and then time to throw on some 70 kilos, and then just take some big jumps. But just some back squatters. All right, start throwing some weight on. don't even know what the. But 70 kilos now, so just do triples building up. It's nice having all of my energy for squats for once. Right now, this is 70, but it's going to be 120 kilos now, so 220 or 265. Not heavy yet, though. Not yet. So, another triple here. A little achy, but not too bad. So once 170 now. I had more weight, so all right. So far, everything feels pretty normal. All right. My heart? No. But no, to answer your question, I guess maybe fish oil, but nothing specific for squats. All right. We're gonna take a big boy jump to 210. Actually, no, we'll go 200. We'll do it for one. I lied. We'll do 225 for one. Or 205, and then jump to 225. If it feels slow, just do one. If it don't be feeling slow, we'll go up. Although, we'll see. But we'll put it under my belt so I can cinch it a little bit tighter. Hey, Krabby. All right. Hooah. All right. See how this feels. Not too bad. We're gonna do 215 actually. Not bad. So see if we can do this for more than one. Feels bad. Do it for one. Feels really bad. We'll just eat it. All right. Let's see what happens. All right. Yabba dabba doo. Whew, that was it. That was heavy. Hey, Reed. 215 was heavy. But now for repeticiones. But I kind of figured it would. The knee didn't get aggravated, which is a big thing. I actually felt it slightly on 205, but 215 I didn't feel it at all, which is good. But we're gonna drop down and do some reps. So I'm hoping to do that for more than one, but starting to get a little sick, I think. At least a little bit of a cold. Right now I just have some sniffles, but I don't really feel bad. Just at the, kind of the runny nose, but I haven't taken any medicine or anything, so I really think it is pretty minor. I just don't want to be loading up on acetaminophen if I don't need to. If I feel worse, I brought some to school just in case I felt worse during the day, but I kind of sat the homeostasis. But the day was pretty easy. I had to go outside all day. My principal actually gave me a gift card for being flexible because I have to be outside of the gym today, tomorrow, and Friday. And I don't really ever do like specific activities out there. The first two classes I could because there's nobody out there. But the rest of the day, there's other recesses. And if I started to do any sort of structured activity, I'd have 500 kids I'd want to join. And it's not really tenable. I suppose in some sense I could, but like I'm not trying to do all that. That's it's a lot of organization. And then you have kids leaving at different times because it's recess. And when they go out there, they just want to play. And it's honestly just an important part of just being a kid is having structured playtime. So like, they have the playground area, of course, but they're not just, tackling each other or doing crazy things, but they kind of can figure out games on their own, which I think is a good social skills development thing. But yeah, it was pretty chilly randomly. It was like 50 degrees and it kind of just stayed there the whole day. It felt warm at one point, then cooled down, and it was kept fluctuating a little bit. So it wasn't uncomfortable. It was just I wish it would just pick the temperature and just stood there. The sun came out for a bit, and I felt good, and then went away, and then it felt a little chilly, but it was still not too bad. Tomorrow's supposed to be a little bit warmer, and then Friday it might rain. So if it rains Friday, we'll have to be in the classrooms doing cups. Which ideally would be outside because it's supposed to be like 75. It's supposed to be really warm. So ideally we would go out. And I think the chances of rain are really small, but it's also one of those things where it's supposed to have a chance of rain all day, which means it could just be kind of rainy all day, which is only thing that will keep me from going outside. But it's till Friday is nice because it's only till kindergarten comes in the afternoon. Then I can use the gym again, I believe. I'll have to double check that, but yeah. Unfortunately, it's a Starbucks gift card for me, and I have like $50 of Starbucks that I don't ever use. I need to actually start going and just buying beans. That would be the most economical thing because I grind my own beans every day, make my own coffee, but I literally just never go to Starbucks. And ironically, when I was thinking about going, the Starbucks up the street was being remodeled or something, so it was closed for like I don't know, a couple of weeks or whatever. But I was like, oh, I guess they closed and left, but then they opened back up. So I guess it was just a remodel or whatever. But yeah, it was ironic. But I need to force myself to go, wake up early on a Saturday and just go and buy beans. Hope they have beans at least. They should. But just buy a bunch of those, and even if they're not great, like they're free. It's like I need to go. I got a Target gift card. Like I literally have been to a Target probably like 3 times in my life. I don't have anything against Target. It's just not where I think to buy things that are cheap or cost effective. It's like a bougie Walmart. Or here we have the Kroger. But Target's more like Target's actually more similar to Walmart in the sense of it has like general stuff in it, not just food. But it's more like a general store. Kroger is more like a Giant Eagle or just groceries. Yeah, so these were the squats I was gonna do yesterday, and my knee was a little bit. I didn't feel bad. Like if I had to, I could have pushed through it, but it was just like I didn't have any need to really push through any sort of pain yesterday, and so I just gave myself. I went up to 170 for a single, and stop there, and then just push them off to today. So today was basically the same thing. I did 70 for 3, 120 for 3, 170 for 3, and then 205 I did for 1 because I was hoping to maybe go to 225 and maybe try it for a rep, but or for like a double or something. And then I settled on doing 215 that I did, I think, right before you jumped in or right as you jumped in, and did that for a single, and it just moved too slow. So yeah, today is just squats and then maybe pressing, but tomorrow's like the heavy block day, so or at least like the volume for the blocks, the high block snatch and high block clean and jerk. So I most likely won't be doing a lot of pressing just because there's not really any need to since I have that tomorrow. Um, Tomorrow I might front squat, so I might have 2 squat days in a row, but that will be really by feel. Like I have no issues getting skipping a front squat if it's and usually actually it doesn't bother if I have any sort of I honestly I'm being over dramatic about my knee. Like I only felt it a little bit on one of the reps, and I was just more worried about it than actually feeling anything. So definitely was just a little bit of a I don't know. I actually don't know what that would be where it would hurt a little bit for a day and then to be fine. It's like I did that, behind the neck jerk, and I did a bunch of push presses before that, and so like none of those were bothering my knee. And then like squats weren't even that bad. It was just kind of like whatever. But okay. Oh, that's my friend texting me. Yeah, he's hammering deadlift, so I'm trying to get him the PR. I'm trying to peer pressure him to do a deadlift PR. Did like 405 for 5 reps, and I think his best ever is 500 for 3. And I know he can literally PR anytime he decides to do it. It's just him mentally like loading it on there. He's hilarious when he loads weights. He'll load kilos and pounds and just like randomly have like a big plate, a little plate, just all kinds of random things. And so he doesn't know, he can mentally not know how much the weight is. And then we have to spend all the time calculating it. He's bamboozled me several times. He'll have like a 5 pound plate like slipped between 2 big plates and just randomly back and forth. It drives me bonkers because like I guess for him it helps him mentally to do a heavier lift, but I can't stand having. I mean, having all of the same. I get like putting them in not in order, but like having going to pounds and kilos and different size plates like that would bug me. But he's got to trick himself. But all right, we're doing 160. If he's I would like to do 3 sets of 5. So we will see. But yes, only the squats. No belt though. Not too bad. Oh, anabolic burperinos. Not even the music for these, frankly. How was your day, Reed? How was your wrist? I need to remember to actually charge my trap phone. Oh, so I didn't feel bad. Also, didn't feel great, but I kind of sat for a while before doing that. But it's more the speed than anything, so we'll hit it again. Otra vez. But I suppose in some ways better than last week. So I suppose I did a little bit more volume. So what did I do? 180 for 3, 210 for 2 singles. I also did 150 for 3. And then did 150 for at least 3 sets of 5. But we'll see. Maybe I just do 5x5 since all I'm doing is squatting. That's good. I mean, good about the squatting, not that your wrist still hurts, but Gretchen, I'm just squatting. Push jerks. I did push press yesterday and behind the neck jerk, so you missed that. You missed that session for sure. But hiking's good too. I always forget that it's good to like do normal physical activity like that, but during the school year I get so much just walking around. I think today it was pretty light for being outside. Usually I get a lot of steps just because if I'm a little cold I always walk more, but it was only 9,300 steps, but I was more tired today in general, so I sat more outside than typical. Usually I'm at 10,000 steps when I walk out the door, but yeah, I could have easily. I'll probably will tomorrow, so I want to make sure I sleep more tonight. I've been staying up too late, frankly, just playing chess. I don't even have a good reason, but you should man up and do it, Gretchen. Man up and go outside. I train when it's 17 degrees. You can train when it's in the mid 30s. All right, so another set of 5. Felt good. Like I said, always feels better than the first. Huh. It's also bad I know exactly where the radius is. Because I broke my radius right there when I was in 5th grade. It's one of the few bones, the radius and ulna, that I remember. That I just broke. It was unique because I just broke the radius and the ulna was fine. But yeah, the tiers are nice. They fit pretty similar to how, for me, they're a bit wider and not even. It's weird because like I don't notice the difference with the toe box. I don't care about the toe box. I don't have a fixation on my toes, but the like mid part, that's where I notice it's wider, so that's where it's more comfortable. But well, if you bought the new tier shoes, you got to go use them, Gretchen. Come on, man. But yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, it's you could have jammed it or whatever, and it could just be some if a strain or just something with your wrist, like a strain or something. But I still think that if you can just squat and pull and maybe do some pressing, that you just show up in the meet and see what you can do. Because if you've never done a weightlifting meet before, then it really just doesn't matter the weight that you do, because you're just trying to establish a baseline. And even if you go there and you snatch 60 kilos and you clean jerk 80 kilos, like you're just getting it done. Plus, if you've already signed up, you've already spent the money, you might as well go and just get the experience and see like the pacing of it, because it is different than powerlifting in that regard, and just get used to that, because that'll give you the experience for the next meet when you feel good, where you're not injured. Rowan lifting shoes. Yeah, I mean, but I also think that you'll probably depending on how long it is until the competition, like your wrist will probably feel better by then. And if it truly doesn't, like if you're, a week out and you literally can't like hold the bar above your head, like, you know, it might truly just be injured. And, um, Gretchen, that you could do that if you wanted. But like, if you really can't, like, I don't know how long the meet or how long you have until the competition, but yeah, that's also a factor as well. Like, if you're 2 weeks out, then um, April 5th. So, yeah, I mean, if you've already signed up for it, so that's pretty close. So that's what, next week or whatever. I would just basically, like, depending on, unless it's like 2 hours away, um, I would basically just squat and pull and not worry about snatch or clean jerking. And then maybe, because I assume the 5th is a Saturday, whatever day, like 2 days before. Um, all right, so then this is pretty nice. That's where my meets are usually 2 hours away. But like 2 days before, not trying to snatch heavy, but um, yeah, but I would like 2 days out try to snatch like 40 kilos or 50 or 60, like something really light, just to like, and if that's like, you're having shooting pain or like something that's like extreme and you can't manage it, then it probably isn't worth it to go there just to like be hurt. Um, well, there's not a lot of weightlifting meets near people, so it's most likely far away. But if the meet was super close, then it's not really risky to go. But yeah, if it's 2 hours away, you don't want to drive 2 hours, be like, I'm hurt, and then leave. But like 2 days out, so if it's Saturday, I'd like say Thursday, try to snatch and clean and jerk really light just to see if you can hold the range of motion and not have terrible pain. And then really at that point, it will give you enough time to decide whether it's worth it trying to go or if you just need to call it there. But I always focus on the squats and the pulls till then and doing what you can, because it stinks, but it's one of those things. Yeah, if you can go, even if you do really low numbers, it's still good to see the pace of it because it is going coming from powerlifting as well. It's a significant difference in feel when you're there, with the speed of it. But the benefit is you get to see that and you get to see like how the counting and all of that goes. And it was, but yeah, it does stink when you can't like push yourself. That is, I completely get that as well. But that would be my philosophy if I like, well, if I was exactly in your situation. I would just not snatch, clean, jerk, and then a couple days out, try to do. For me, I would probably try to snatch like 80 kilos and see if I can just hold it. And same with clean jerk, do like 100 and just hold it. Um, for you, I'd probably do whatever a little bit less, like something that's really light, but not just the empty bar, like something on the bar. So you're pushed to do a little bit, like could be even 50 kilos, 40 kilos, like something that's not just 20 kilos, just a bar. Um, but yeah, 2 days out, and then you'll know whether you can actually hold the weight. If maybe it's doesn't hurt or anything till then, but the biggest thing you do till now is maybe even try to like just like strict press if that doesn't bother your wrist, and just massage and stretch and just hope that it feels better. But it's as long as you're squatting and stuff, like even if you can't compete, obviously you'll still be training. But yeah, it's a tough spot to be in with it that close too. But yeah, a couple days out, see if you can do the bar a little bit more than the bar, and then play it by feel. So I had a couple, wasn't the last meet, but the meet before, where my wrist, it was my wrist that was bothering me, so I just didn't front squat, but I could still do the other lifts. But I just didn't front squat for like 3 weeks prior to the meet, just back squatted and lifted really well. But I still was able to snatch a clean jerk, so it's not a exact situation, but you certainly like closer to a meet, you can eliminate exercises, especially like riskier ones if you have a wrist thing. Like I wouldn't be worried about doing a front squat, of course, little stuff like that, but more extreme modifications could be there, and you're not trying to hit a certain number. So as long as you can hit something that you want to, something that makes it worth it to drive 2 hours to, because yeah, you wouldn't want to go and just do the bar like that. I agree that's not worth it, but if you can go there and snatch like 80 kilos and try to clean jerk like 100, even if it's difficult, it's still good to get that experience. And it gives you a benchmark for the next competition. All right. 5 more reps. We won't do 5, we'll do 4. Last week I did a 3x5 after doing my working up sets, so. But I'll say my last meet, my shoulder was kind of stinky beforehand. Probably one of the reasons I injured it. Trying to max it out on that day. But I think that was also like wrist. It was a little bit of both. But I just decided to break myself. Well, it was very weird. Even though I injured my shoulder on snatches, I still clean jerked to PR. So I still don't understand how bad my shoulder was like after that for like a month. I don't understand how I was able to clean jerk anything. At least the cleans are fine, but not the jerk. I don't know how I was able to jerk anything. But I guess it's true. I don't use my shoulders. I'm weak shoulders. When they're weak, they're not the limiting factor. Just my legs. But I kind of do want to do a 5x5. And I don't want to do an AMRAP set of 10. That's normally what my old self would do. Is just I'm going to AMRAP it. And then gas myself on a set of 10. But it's not really worth it. They feel pretty good too. They're not getting any worse. I'd say they're not 100%, but I'm not like apprehensive about. I think that's the biggest thing. If I'm apprehensive about like going down, then it's not going to work as well with squats. So you have to be committed to bounce out the bottom. All right. So this will be second to last set unless this one feels really bad for some reason. We'll call that there. I think the last set would have been just a little bit too hard. That one didn't feel great speed-wise, but an extra set 5 compared to last week. I guess probably less reps overall, but more weight, so it makes sense. Makes sense to do less volume. My shoes are tight. There we go. You know, you could also do, Reed, the Chad way to bomb out. Open at 140 and snatch. And Clark it 3 times. Just snatch, deadlift it 3 times. Like it wasn't here today, boys. Then come out and clean jerks and just deadlift 190 for 3 singles. Like this. Just didn't have it today. It's a Chad way. Just use the weightlifting meet to max out your strength lifts. They probably wouldn't appreciate that coming out with, 205 kilos and just deadlifting it. Pulling the straps out. Immediate red lights. You're just strapping a deadlift. They probably, if it's a local meet, honestly, they'd probably be chill with it. If you, went there and you got hurt or you weren't feeling it and you just went to do a deadlift. I've never thought about doing that, but that would be pretty funny. But my loading would be kind of obnoxious to put on. I don't think they'd want to load 310 kilos. Just to watch me wiggle up a deadlift. One of the nice things about being outside with my classes is there's a lot of, obviously I can walk a lot more. You're just kind of monitoring. You're not really, worried about talking and stuff as much. We're instructing as in depth. Just make sure they're being safe. But because there's jungle gym and stuff, you can find really good spots to stretch. So I usually just walk around and stretch on different parts of the jungle gym. But the walking outside is nice. Certainly another benefit of being a phys ed teacher is when days I'm outside, I literally just get to hang out outside, get the natty vitamin D. I even have my charger in this. I had my other charger in the back. I could have charged my other phone. Oh, I bamboozled myself. But let's say a quick 45-minute session, but I guess that's from start to finish, so it's actually not too bad. So I took a while to do some of the sets, but that's going to be it for now. So hope the wrist starts to get better, Reed. If not, then just show up and max out your deadlift, chat up on them, open up at 205 and just yank on it 3 times. See if they let you get away with using straps. But I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for stopping by too, Gretchen. Deuces.